Hey folks, welcome to the SmackDown podcast. We got a full crew tonight. Say what's up, you guys.
Yeah, buddy.
You enthusiasm. Oh my god. That's an awesome one. Man, we are your hosts. You got Kyle, Rob Roode in the back laughing, Benji, all three of us here, man. We're going to go ahead and cover all your WWE main card shows. Tonight we're doing Raw. If you're new to the joint, man, we cover Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, pay-per-views, odd wrestling shows here and there. I don't know anymore, man. You guys just hit me up and say, hey, do you want to record this show? You know? But guaranteed, we watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live. Those we do every week.
I usually watch half of Raw.
Yeah,
It's
typically me watching everything and just relaying it to you guys.
Pretty much. That's valid.
That's right.
That's valid.
If you're wondering where you can find us, man, go ahead, hop on YouTube. You have to type in the search bar for right now. Just type in Smack Raw Podcast. While you're there, man, drop a like. Subscribe, maybe even share an episode if you're not too afraid to sound like a dork. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. Road to 100 subscribers, you guys. So we can get that nice custom URL. Otherwise, if you like to enjoy us in the audio realm of things, we are on Podbean at smackdrawpod.podbean.com, and we are also on Spotify. Freaking loving it, dude. You can also... I forgot to plug this last week, man, but all three of us active on Twitter. You can hit up the show's account at SmackDrawPod. Myself, I'm at the Kai Tai Show, and then I'll let Rob and Benji plug wherever you can find them.
I am at 2 words, can't see me. I actually dropped a tweet today saying if you don't follow me, that's your loss, man. Just saying, I be dropping tweets, y'all. I be dropping tweets. And I'm the type... I'm controversial, but I'm respectful, and it's fun. I got DM'd that earlier saying that they're glad they follow me because I love Lacey Evans, but I make it fun. I'm not like, oh, you suck because you like Becky Lynch.
Benji was feeling threatened. Rob saw your Twitter followers are catching up to him.
Oh man, I usually don't really pay attention to it, but Jesus Christ, man, like. It's like I just hit 1,000 like 2 weeks ago, and I'm at 1,100. I like people.
I remember hitting 1,000 like that was like 3 months ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Throwing shade.
Yeah, okay. I got other accounts, but I'll leave that alone.
Yeah. Oh. Benji, man, where you at?
You can find me at Kyle Comedy on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff.
Awesome.
Between 3 accounts, about 6,000 followers. Just saying.
Yeah. Rob is a Twitter machine. I will give you that, man. Like I can only do the Twitter like part-time, man. And you can tell I've got to be the youngest old guy too because I still refer to it as the Twitter. Yeah, man. You find us there. Hit us up. Also, special episode today. Make sure you stick around for the end of the episode. We are doing a special little giveaway. Nothing major.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. I went out. I got just a little bit of wrestling merch. I mean, don't get overly excited, you guys. But for our few viewers, that have been starting with us at the ground level, I want to show some appreciation. At the end of the episode, I'll give you instructions on what you can do to go ahead and possibly get some free merch. At the end of the week, we'll draw a winner. I'll leave it at that. It's honestly, it's nothing that big. I'm just going to have you hop on Twitter and just post
That's
something.
For all our followers?
For anybody that listens to the show. That's
what's up. So you have a 1 in 4 chance of winning. Jesus
Christ. Come on, man.
But you 4 are the shit. Just saying. You 4 are the best.
You can throw shade at us, man. Don't throw shade at our own show. Jesus.
I mean, it's not like he's wrong.
I know.
You 4 are the shit, man.
Yeah, man. You 4 guys.
Okay, I do want to throw it out there real quick. Speaking of people that listen to us, Duke from Fickle Fan Podcast.
Oh, awesome.
He tweeted.
Love this
guy.
He
tweeted, "Dear Baron Corbin, He was on the freeway driving. He said, "Dear Baron Corbin, this is me driving to New Jersey to try to get you to unblock 2 words can't see me."
Oh my God!
I was like, "Bro, it happened like a week ago, but I appreciate you so much. Like, it hit my heart." I'm like, "Are you serious right now? Did you really?"
You said this was JM?
But bro, no, it was Duke.
It was
I
Duke.
was like,
okay,
bro,
Duke.
they're not even there. No, he said he was going to like Pennsylvania, wherever he lives. I was like, no, bro, they're in New Jersey because he was signing autographs with Nikki Cross that day. But I know that because I can see his Twitter now, and I seen that he tweeted it.
That's awesome.
Great.
How does it feel?
But Duke, if you're listening, bro, like that seriously hit me. That made my day that you did that.
Yeah, man. These the guys at the Fickle Fan podcast are just the funniest dudes, man. If we could be half as funny as them, we might actually get up to like 10 listeners. You know.
You need to make a Twitter, bro. You need to join us.
Yeah. At least do another like, you know, collaboration episode where we got both crews together, because that was a lot of fun when we did that. I'll make sure to lay off the tequila next time if we do that, because I remember that time, man, it was like 2 hours. By the end of that show, I was hammered, bro. Oh my gosh. But let's go ahead, man. Today's show is about Raw. Let's dive into it, man. Raw was coming out of Newark, New Jersey, I believe, right? Yeah, that's where Raw was. That's where Raw was. How about this? Instead of kicking off with a promo, we kicked off with a match. Silly match, but hey, a match nonetheless. We had a mixed tag elimination match, which I'll ask you guys, does that make any sense?
Nope.
No.
That makes perfect sense.
How do you... Like,
you know what,
wins?
Shirley, honestly, you know what would have made it make more sense was made it 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, God.
Then
no,
I would have been
please.
like, oh, okay, now they're just trying to fill commercial air to start the show.
Yeah, but see, this is what got me, man. This is what got me. So during the match, it starts off. It's an okay match. We don't really need to hit it beat for beat. The first fall comes when Becky Lynch eliminates Zelina Vega. Oh yeah, it's Seth and Becky, by the way, versus Andrade and Zelina Vega. Becky,
it's elimination, so it was 2 out of 3, I guess, right?
No, it's just
never
2
mind.
though. But look,
But
this
there's
is where
more
it's
than one
weird.
pin, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to make a funny joke and it failed.
No, yeah,
because
yeah.
WWE's like, no, there was more than one pin. Shut up, Rob.
But this is weird to me, because Becky eliminates Vega with the disarmer, right? So Becky eliminates Vega and then herself, because you can't do the intergender thing, and then
She was still hanging out on the ring apron though, waiting for a tag.
But what if at that point Andrade had pinned Rollins? Which team would have won? That's the only part that confused me, because essentially
I ain't gonna blow my mind like that. I'm all in a
It's
good
just
mood, and now you got me like, wait, hold up.
yeah,
Wow.
it's essentially just 2 matches bundled together. Like, the first match ends when the first pinfall, and then it just goes directly into the second match. I don't know, man. It was just like one of those weird things that they're doing because you can't wrestle during a commercial break, so they're coming up with a whole bunch of funky stuff because they're overdoing
Yo,
it 2
Paul
out of 3.
Heyman, when you take your weekly time to listen to us, bro.
Fuck, dude. Hit
me up.
Get
Hit
rid
me
of
up.
2
What
out
happened?
of 3
Why?
falls and get rid of the damn wild card. Has there been wild cards lately? Like, I noticed they've pulled back on, like, it's the wild card.
I can't answer that question. I don't even pay attention.
You know what?
Like, I don't even.
As my girl Jessie says, we are all wild cards.
What the fuck, man? I gotta stop asking Benji for serious answers. Like, I swear to God, make a mockery of everything.
I don't know who's a wild card and who's not at this
I don't
point.
know, man. I don't know. I picture it's just like one sloppy roster now.
Speaking of wild card, how about Lacey Evans in that skirt when she showed up?
Well,
Did you see that skirt? Oh my God!
good thing you mentioned sloppy.
Oh my God, we're like 5 minutes in and we're already off the rails.
No, we're not. No, I got us back on talking about how Lacey Evans saved this spot.
Oh, that's true. No. You're right. I'm sorry.
She messed up.
So Becky eliminates Zelina Vega after giving her the disarmer. We go to commercial break. Rollins and Andrade have a fair match. I'd like to see these guys like with a pay-per-view quality match, because I bet they would do very, very good. Rollins ends up getting the win for his team, delivering the stomp to Andrade, excuse me, after while Lynch was helping deal with Vega's constant trying to interfere, because I mean that was the whole story afterwards. Vega and Lynch still stood on the outside. Vega was trying to interfere. I think at one point she hit a Hurricanrana on Rollins.
She did hit a sweet Hurricanrana earlier.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
She's got like this the Lita Rana like 2.0 going.
I do want to throw it out real quick because it is in my notes, like some of the few notes I took.
Yeah,
she is so short.
Vega's a tiny thing, man.
Short she is.
I want to say she's
God.
like 5 foot even, maybe 5'1". Like she's a tiny thing, man. But she's good. She's fun to watch. I will give her that. While Lynch and Rollins are celebrating at the top of the ramp, they are jumped from behind by Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. And if you've seen any GIFs on Twitter, Lacey Evans laid a nasty punch on Becky Lynch. Ooh, that connected
the moment
with the
of
jaw.
Contact became my new Twitter header today, guys. 2 words, can't see me. Go look at it.
I love the plug.
This guy.
The moment of contact.
This podcast is just a tool for Rob to get more Twitter followers. Oh my god. So the Rollins and Lynch are laid out. Corbin and Evans celebrate. They leave. Haman enters frame. So in this first segment alone, we get a whole bunch of interweaving narratives, which is fun. You know, it's so much better than a 15-minute promo to start the night off. You know, so it was really good. Haman makes his way to the ring. And it was good, man. I think. Oh yeah. Before Haman addresses the crowd and gives his promo, we cut backstage. Corbin and Lacey. Rob, I do it every time. I say they give a generic heel promo, but then Rob's like, "Nah, man, I love their promos."
His promo is amazing. They talk so many good things.
Yeah,
so valid.
I think if it wasn't for Baron Corbin, this thing would be dead in the water.
Yeah, as much as I like Lacey, man, she does, you know, and I'm not taking a serious jab at her, Rob. Not taking a serious jab.
I mean,
the girl does need to grow a little bit.
Fun of it.
She just needs some more experience, man. That's all. I mean, look, Corbin was arguably trash when he debuted on Raw, you know, and it took him a couple years. And Corbin nowadays is way better than the Corbin that debuted on Raw. Like, he's come leaps and bounds. I'll give him that. It's actually, thinking about that, it's really impressive how well he's developed. Because it was horrible when he first came out. Some would still say that he is, but
the promo is valid though. I mean, if you're in a relationship, like, that's a liability. Like, plain and simple, they're gonna end up getting mad at each other if something happens. Like,
you guys don't believe in the power of love?
I don't believe in the power of love. Now when it's on my wrestling screen.
The power of love is put through some tests later in the show. We'll say that. Yeah, I mean, Corbin and Lacey, they pretty much cut this little idea, like, you know, what's Seth gonna do if Becky Lynch loses his title for him if she's pinned, and vice versa. What's Becky gonna do if Baron Corbin pins Seth and he loses Becky's title for her? You know what I mean?
To quote Becky Lynch herself.
Jesus. You're not letting that go, Rob, are you?
I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I don't complain about much, but that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'll end it there. I won't bitch no more.
So, I'm going to go over the Haman promo. I'm going to give my brief thoughts, and I'm actually interested to hear what you guys think. Because I found this promo to be great and terrible at the same time. Because of the two messages Haman sent. Haman comes out to the ring. He gives a promo connecting Extreme Rules to ECW. And that I really liked because Extreme Rules going to the Extreme, obviously. And then it's also in Philly, where the home of ECW. And that's something that's actually kind of excited me for the event alone there, is to see if we get any of that aura. I doubt it, but I mean, it's wishful thinking. You know what I mean? And I like that Haman came out and made that connection, made it known. But at the same time, he cut like the weakest. He like slept through the promo with Brock Lesnar's gonna be there. He's gonna cash in on either champ That's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. And then goes on to say that, you know, he hasn't lied, you know, this whole time. So you would be led to believe him. Or he's lying and he's just getting in Seth's head. And it's really just a cheap ploy to sell the pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Like, and it bugged me because it's like, dude, that's, I don't know. It was obviously just like, Brock's gonna be there, or will he? You know, and then fucking he fucks off, man.
You feel like he phoned it in?
Yeah, I mean he phoned it in, and there was no real message. It's just, will he or won't he be there? I'm gonna say he's gonna be there, and then he goes on to say, but I could be lying because I haven't lied yet. You know, so I'd really get you if I was lying.
It just sounds like a used car salesman at this point. Like he's gonna promise you.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Know?
So
that's valid.
Yeah,
I personally like the way he did it. Like you said, I like the way he brought out the ECW thing. Like I never watched ECW, even back when it was a thing. I didn't watch that side of town, but I did know it was in Philly. I did know that they were doing their thing, you know, very well. So I like the fact that he plugged that. But he said exactly what I was thinking. And I like the fact that he switched it up and wasn't all Brock Lesnar, cash it. He was chill, and he was stating my mind. He's like, that's not a promise, it's a spoiler. And as he said that, I thought, bullshit, no it's not. He's not going to cash in. Brock Lesnar is not going to announce the cash in. It's just going to happen. That's the whole point of Brock Lesnar having the Money in the Bank.
Brock
so,
announced
yes, he's trying to sell the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But to the real fans like you and I, he related to us too. Like, oh, maybe I'm just bullshitting you. When all three of us here know he's not going to fucking cash in. Now, that does bring us to some news that happened today. Kofi Kingston is hurt.
We'll get into that. Hold on. We're going to get into that. Save that for SmackDown. Save it for SmackDown.
Is he hurt enough to drop the title and have Brock cash?
Right. I mean, I get it. Yeah. I mean, I guess.
Because I get you want to save it, but I mean, everybody that's listening to us knows that Kofi Kingston's hurt right now.
Maybe.
How hurt is he?
Maybe.
Is he going to drop the title to Joe? And then Brock is going to cash in? Is he just going to drop the title to Joe?
Will he?
I don't know. But as of this promo, I enjoy the fact that Haman said, I'm bullshitting, and you know that. If you're a true wrestling fan, you know I'm just bullshitting. Yeah. That's what I liked about that promo. Yeah. You're not going to cash. It's not going to happen. It's going to be an unexpected time on, like, fucking Raw or SmackDown or something.
See, that's why I asked you, okay? That's why I like having a alternative viewpoint. You did mention that you've never watched, like, ECW. I'd like to play a game. A couple of years ago, me and my buddies, we'd be drinking, and what I would do is I'd get on the WWE Network and I'd turn on a random episode of ECW and then I'd fast forward to a random point. And I swear it's one of the most hilarious games you can play with yourself because ECW was so out there. I remember the first time I did it, forgive me because I don't know any of the parties involved. I barely knew any of the names. I remember doing it with my buddies. We were all drinking, and that's what I did. I just put on a random episode of ECW. I fast-forwarded to a random section, and it literally cuts to a girl backstage, and this guy wrestler comes in, and he's like, what the hell? And I don't remember what her name is, and she looks all bewildered. She's like, did I fuck you? And then that was the end scene. And then I cut off. And I'm like, dude, ECW is fucking crazy. They pushed me on.
Wow.
So I dare you, man. Go ahead. Just if you get like a free 10 minutes, man, turn on a random episode of ECW, fast forward to a random point, and I swear the randomness of those shows, something funny is going to happen out of the blue.
Damn.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I don't. It was like the Wild West, I guess, man. I didn't watch ECW either when I was younger, man. I didn't even know of it till after like it had closed down.
Well, back then it was harder to be like watching different promotions or getting stuff like that. You'd have to go through like tapes or something.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I watched Raw and Nitro because they were given to me on my cable television.
Yeah.
It was easy. ECW you had to make happen.
You had to know a guy who knew a guy to get you a tape, and it was a lot different.
God, man, I wish I was that cool back then. Anyways, after Haman's promo, we get a recap of the Strowman-Lashley incident from last Monday, where Strowman and Lashley went through the stage. And
we didn't get enough replays of that. We needed more.
I know,
There's
right?
Gonna be,
Jesus Christ.
Mark the date. that 1 year from today we're still gonna see that replay.
Oh my god.
1 year ago on Raw.
But they use the replay to announce that Strowman and Lashley, even though Strowman's got a ruptured spleen apparently, are going to have a match at Extreme Rules, and it's a last man standing match.
This makes me sad because I announced on Twitter I'm not going to be able to watch this.
Yeah, I saw that.
I wish. Oh man, I want to watch this match. It's going to be so good. These two behemoths are just going to beat the shit out of each other, and it's going to be amazing.
So Benji, that leaves it you and me, right? I guess we're going to have to cover the pay-per-view.
Yeah, sure.
We'll talk about it. Anyways. God, please, I hope I'm not doing the pay-per-view podcast by myself. That is my biggest fear, is to do a damn podcast by myself for an hour straight. I don't know what I would do.
Kyle, Brock cashed in, or Brock came out to cash in. When he did it, cash in. What are your thoughts? Well, Kyle, I think he didn't cash in because Paul Heyman tripped on the top rope.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what it would be. It's not far off. Oh, man. I did like these segments, though. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre running around asking random people to be Roman Reigns' tag partner for the main event of the evening, where Roman and a tag partner of Shane McMahon's choosing will face off against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. They asked what? They asked the garbage man first, then they asked a concession guy, and then, of course, they ultimately asked a janitor at the end. How many of those guys do you think are actual wrestlers of the three?
Number 3?
I think the janitor, he was a owner of a promotion or something like that.
I want to say the concessions guy, he looked short, but he had kind of jacked arms and tattoos. He looked like he was a wrestler.
Did you guys notice that beer had shit in it?
Yeah, dude, that was not...
I don't know what it was.
He was not a legit beer salesman.
I mean, I know he wasn't a legit beer salesman, but the cups had something in it. And I spent that whole promo looking at these cups trying to figure out what was in these cups. It was like there was freaking ping pong balls in there or something.
I don't know.
I don't know what it was. I'm actually going to go back on Hulu and I'm going to look at it again.
I just saw the weird advertising.
Hulu screenshots happening.
It looked like a fourth grader did that little freaking whatever, the I don't know what you would call that, his fucking one of y'all help me out here, please.
Outfit?
Not his outfit. What he was holding the beer in. What would you call
his
it?
Cup?
His tray?
His cup?
His beer tray?
The beer holder?
Yeah, his beer tray holder. I don't know.
Stein?
I don't know, man. This is going nowhere.
His thing that holds the beer.
Oh my god. Oh man. So we get to the first 2 out of 3 falls match of the evening. I think it's the only one of the night. At least, hey man, I think the shows, at least they're restricting them to 1 per show. I guess if we're gonna have to put up with it, at least just do only 1. We can only do 1. And I liked how they did this one too. I liked how they did this because the second falls fell back to back instantly. It was a 3-on-3 tag match between the Miz and the Usos, taking on who was it?
Elias and the Revival.
Elias and the Revival. Thank you, man. I'm literally reading my notes.
My notes are ending soon, but I have those.
It's gonna be a
so
train wreck.
Elias and the Revival versus the Usos and the Miz.
the bald one from the Revival. Which one is that?
Dawson.
Scott Dawson.
His shirt was awesome. I want it. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, really quick. Speaking of shirts, I meant to mention this last week with you, Rob. You know when AJ turned heel and reformed the club? Did you see that Luke Gallows club shirt spoiled the reuniting? Because
no, I didn't.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were sporting a new club shirt, and on the back it listed all 3 members. It listed them and AJ Styles. I didn't realize it. I meant to mention it in the last show, but I forgot to put it in the notes. But yeah, they totally spoiled that.
Speaking of shirts, I don't want to go off track too far and take too much time. Real quick.
Yeah.
Why does AJ Styles' logo say PJ?
Phenomenal.
Why in the world does it say
no,
PJ?
P1.
Okay.
P1. Phenomenal 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah.
But it turns into a J when you added, it was on the door and it said AJ, but it was the same logo.
Really?
Yes. That's what made me put it in my notes to ask you what the hell. Because it's always been like, I've seen PJ, and I thought, okay, it's something I don't know, whatever. But the fact that I seen 2 different logos, one was an A and one was a P, but other than that, it was the same exact logo. I put it in my notes to say, what the hell. So maybe, that makes sense.
I love how you emphasize how much it grabs you, but like, I put it in my notes.
I did, because I would have forgot. Man? I would have went to bed. It happens, bro. I go to bed and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to ask him this.
If you could get a picture, send it to me. But as far as I know, it's supposed to be P1 as in
it makes total sense. Like, it can be a J and a 1. Like, it makes total sense. Because it looks like a J to me. That's why I always thought, why is it PJ? Yeah. But that makes sense. Like, it can be both. Like, you answered the question totally.
Yeah. Could just be AJ Styles pajamas. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look, dude. We can't all knock home runs out every time, okay? Look.
Now, I will be honest. I got pulled away from this match. I didn't get to watch it. I had to play daddy.
It's all good, man.
But I do. Another thing I have in my notes. The Usos are so phenomenal at match intros. Like, I didn't put enough note to remember why I noted this. But the trash they were talking was absolutely amazing. They're so good on the mic, and I want to see them mic off with the damn Street Profits so bad.
Yeah,
it would be phenomenal. Oh man, it would be so good.
Oh, hey,
Other than that, guys, that's all I got in this match.
I know, Rob, you didn't see it, but excuse me. Oh God, Benji.
Nice professional. What's up?
Thank you, man. Benji, do you remember the rap battle between the Usos and the New Day?
The best rap battle in WWE.
Oh my god, Rob! So I wanna be careful how we were. You know what, Benji? I'll let you. Yeah, I talk too much. Benji, you set the scene for this. Rob, you got to hear this, man.
Okay, so I gotta word it carefully, right?
Exactly. You have to word it carefully.
Okay, so there was a video of Xavier Woods' fucking page. That fucking shit got leaked. So that was all over the internet.
Did you catch that, Rob?
I knew about that.
Yeah.
I knew about that.
Okay.
I mean, who doesn't know about that?
Right.
Outside looking in, guys. Outside looking in. I looked at the thing.
Hey, Paige, none of us looked at that. All right.
Right. You're outside looking. You're outside looking in, and Xavier Woods was inside looking out. But anyway, so this.
Is that the one where the NXT title was used? I gotta ask.
Stop! Let's get back to the rap battle. Listen, the rap battle.
It was in the background as a prop. That's all I'm asking.
Right. That's probably like the top 5 one. It's not up there, but it's working its way up to the power rankings for sure.
Wait, there's more?
Oh yeah.
This show has gone way off the rails. Oh my god.
They just starred in YouTube videos. What's wrong with that?
That's so good. Anyways, so yeah, there's a racy video.
The Kabuki girl,
there's a racy video. Fuck that. Oh Jesus. I've already cussed more in this episode than I have like in all of our episodes combined.
All right, but fucking sodomy aside, you gotta watch it. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. It's one of the most awesome rap battles they've ever had. It's amazing.
The one of the Usos drops the line. What was it?
Do it justice. Come on, do it justice. I want to hear it.
Oh my god, no! I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. It was a simple rhyme. It was a simple rhyme.
You're on air.
Oh, he said like we got to keep it PG. It's all good. Don't go getting all rated R like Xavier Woods. And oh my god, dude, when that line dropped after, just like a week or two after that video came out, dude, the whole crowd freaking lost it, man. Oh, it was so good. It was so good, dude. Like, but yeah, the Usos are awesome on the mic. That's just
didn't the new chant. Didn't the new chant become something that rhymes with "New Day sucks"?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
I don't know about that one.
Anyways, let's try to connect this back to what Rob said. So yes, the Usos are maestros on the mics. Okay, yeah, man. Oh my god, that turned out way worse than I intended it to.
I love my phrase.
I'm gonna have to cut that whole shit out. No, I'll leave it in. Who cares?
You're not the only one that left it in.
Oh, stop! This is so unprofessional. Oh my god.
This is a family-oriented show, guys.
Yeah, right.
Fuck it, I don't got kids. Hey.
Okay, back to the match. Oh my, I regret all of this. Miz, oh my god.
Right.
Jesus. So during the match, the Miz and Elias are brawling outside. The Revival hits a Shatter Machine on Jimmy Uso for the first fall. The match restarts after a commercial break because, of course, that's how it is. Elias is now.
Commercial after the first fall?
Huh?
There was a commercial after the first fall?
Yes.
So unexpected.
I know, right? Who saw that coming? Elias has walked out on his team.
Xavier.
Oh my fucking god!
By the way,
This is
Shatter
so-
Machine. Shatter Machine would totally be my porn name. I'm just saying.
This is so tasteless. Oh my god! Oh,
I don't know.
I'd be-
We're talking about the show.
If I was a listener, I'd be all about this. Just saying, I'm like, yeah, these guys.
Man, please, hey, listen. If you're a first-time listener, I swear, man, I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't go like this.
Okay.
If you're a first time and last time listener,
Probably did. It's probably did. Oh my god.
Okay, so the Revival hit Benji's porn name. Then what happened?
Oh Jesus Christ, dude! I can't.
So
wait
back to the
get this
6-way.
out.
Let's go back to the 6-way.
Yeah. Well, it's now a 5-way because Elias has walked out
okay.
on his team after the Revival hit that first pinfall on Jimmy Uso.
He knew he wouldn't get the NXT Women's title.
Jeez, can we get off this, please?
This-
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Okay. Revival work over Jimmy Uso, preventing him from getting the tag to his teammates. Eventually, the Miz works his way in, hits a skull-crushing
That hot
finale
tag.
on Dawson for the second fall. I'm just powering through this at this point. Miz hits
yes,
skull-crushing finale on Dawson for the second fall. The match
He's
continues.
gonna find new tag team partners.
The match continues. The Usos hit a double super kick to Dash Wilder. And then ultimately, one of the Usos, I think Jay, hits a splash on Dawson for back-to-back pinfalls. Miz and the Usos win. Jesus Christ, dude. That was the hardest fucking segment.
Do you really
bet.
want to say hardest?
I bet it was the hardest.
Okay, you guys, look, this joke is done, all right? It's dead. Oh, my God, dude. I think I have family members that listen to this. Fucking hell.
All right, but let's get to the BBC. Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio is up next.
Well, we did get a highlight really quick. We got the recap of what's been going on with the 24/7 title. We got the highlight of Drake Maverick winning it last week. And then also they kind of recap all the Twitter videos that Maverick released of him and his wife's honeymoon.
Yo, Drake Maverick has been a revelation with his wife. Adding her into the mix, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, man. It really is.
It's great. It truly is. But I do want to plug that I'd rather see Truth.
Well, you got to spread the title around, man. You got to share it around.
You do got to spread the title around. That's all well and good. But Maverick's reign has been all honeymoon. Like, come on, man. Like, you started this title out as it's changing every 30 seconds. But now he's had it for a week on his honeymoon. Like, come on, give me something else. This is me. I'm not complaining. I'm not bitching.
No, it's
but
all
that's
good,
just
man.
what I got out
That's
of
it.
it. Like,
No, it's all good, man. You don't have to apologize.
You want to see the title change during the when they're in their honeymoon, right?
yes, exactly.
That's what I was
mean,
expecting.
like, even if he gets it back, like, the title changes, and then, like, literally 10 minutes later, he gets it back, and then puts it back in front of his wife's face for another selfie, and she gets mad. That's cool, but there's been no defending. It's just been all honeymoon for the last week. And
Yeah.
that's not what you built up.
Well,
That's just me.
He was forced to defend it, essentially during Raw, but essentially after the Twitter clips, we cut to backstage. Drake is hiding in a crate, while his wife is angry, being a lookout. He pops out. He says, "Hey, listen, after the show, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to be just as good of a husband as I will be a 24/7 champ." And she says, "Okay, then and only then will we consummate our marriage." So he cheers out loud like anyone would if you've seen his wife. And
Valid.
he cheers really loud, which alerts the locker room, and they chase him off screen. It was a good segment, man. It was
By the
funny.
way, I want to say, as the person that covers 205 Live, I want to say I love that the general manager is doing all this shit, and he's got nothing to do with 205 Live at this point.
And everyone is pissed on that show at him. because of it. It's the manager cares more about his title than he does the show he's supposed to be running. Yeah, he's terrible at his job, ain't he?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Then we cut over to from there we cut over to Shane trying to convince the concessions guy, a guy selling beer backstage. Yeah, how good are you at selling beer if you are just like, it looks like a really desolate part of the arena? Like, he was cut off from everything. But anyways, yeah, Shane and Drew were talking to him about selling, or about being Roman's tag partner, teasing it. Nothing really happens. But then, yes, so here, Benji, you said you wanted to go over Rey Mysterio's return from injury, how epic it really was. Or no?
Sure.
I think he was just trying to give you a segue, bro.
Was he?
Yeah, that was tough.
Shut up and move on.
Damn, I missed the
You
point
ruined
on
it.
that one. I missed the point.
You ruined it talking about.
Well, you know what, Benji? The ball's in your court now, man. Go ahead.
The balls are in my court. I will do what I would do best with them. Okay, so Rey Mysterio issues an open challenge to the locker room. After he's come back from his injury, we're waiting to see who comes out, and Bobby Lashley appears, and he accepts the challenge, brutalizes the Master of 609. He wins within a minute with a rebound spear. This was just trash. This is a trash segment.
Yeah, man. You hate to see him do that to Rey.
This is terrible.
Well, what'd you think, man?
And I think Lashley he obviously needed something better, but I don't know.
Rey, though, like, of all people, Rey.
Right. Coming back from an injury,
I mean,
losing to Samoa Joe that many times, like, come on, man. You could do him better than that.
I feel you, but I personally, I'm not one to look at who took the job. They deserve better. Who didn't take the job. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as a job was done. Lashley destroyed somebody. I personally liked it simply because look at Bobby Lashley. I actually tweeted out, his pec alone will break your nose. All he's got to do is flex one time, and his pec will break your face.
Yeah, that's all good and fine. But if you're destroying someone that just came back from injury, you're not really looking all that good. You just beat a guy that just came back from injury. How good do you really look? If you would have came back and beat up someone that was on fire and on the top of their game, no injury, no nothing, then yeah, he would look stronger. But you're just beating up an older Rey Mysterio that just comes back from injury. You're not looking all that great. Nobody looks good coming out of this. Not looking at like booking or anything wise.
Well, kayfabe wise, Rey is just as good as he used to be. They're not really selling him like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's hard to. I see what they were doing, and honestly, I can see it from both sides. I really can. Me personally, my guttural reaction was, I wasn't that mad. I was just like underwhelmed. However, I was happy for Lashley that he got a little, because I mean, you got to think about it. Lashley has been caught up in the worst crap since his debut. He really has been, and the man has not had a chance to look strong or dominant. I think
the shit he had with Sami Zayn and his sisters, I think that really killed all his momentum.
So I mean, I was happy for Lashley.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, but I mean, like I said, it's good and bad. I mean, so
right. It can definitely go both ways. Yeah. I just enjoyed seeing him on a tear because at first, Bobby Lashley was boring to me, and I mean, in case you guys haven't noticed, I am very fickle. I am the definition of the word fickle. I like Bobby Lashley now. I see what he can do, and I enjoyed seeing it. Maybe it shouldn't have been Rey. Maybe it should have. I enjoyed him tearing somebody up, and that's another reason I'm sad that I don't get to watch this match with Braun Strowman. They're gonna beat each other's ass, and it's gonna be absolutely amazing. I'm probably gonna go back and watch that one, even knowing who wins.
Hot take.
Because I said it last episode, I don't like spoilers, so I'm not gonna go back and watch them. But that one I might go back and watch.
So who would Benji? Who would you have wanted him to squash if you had to squash somebody? Who would Lashley squash?
Well, see, I don't even know who's on Raw or on SmackDown at this point.
You can just pick anybody.
Throw it all out.
Screw the brands.
Yeah.
Right off the top of my head, gun to my head. Oh shit.
Cody Rhodes.
No, you know what? I would have given him a no. Fuck, who should I give him? Fuck. You're right. You know what? It's a tough one.
Yeah, you don't give him a jobber because it takes away from it. You know what I mean?
I would have gave him Zack Ryder. Give him Zack Ryder.
No, man, because anybody would squash Ryder though.
Too weak.
See, that wouldn't do nothing for Lashley. You got to have a name, in my opinion. You know, I don't know, man.
Which is probably why they gave him Ray, because Ray got hurt.
Ray's a name.
He had to give up the title. He's at the bottom of the food chain again, but he's a name.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
it could have been better than just like a 30-second throwaway thing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
After the match, Lashley continues the beatdown on Ray, brings him up on the top of the stage, threatens to throw him through the stage, reminiscent of the spot him and Braun Strowman had. Yeah, the refs come out to stop it, so instead Lashley throws Ray onto the refs, gets on the mic, announces his, hypes up his last man standing match with Braun Strowman. It's pretty much it. Serviceable, like I said.
It was also reminiscent of the spot years ago on Nitro when Kevin Nash threw him like a dart into the trailer.
I actually thought of that too.
And yeah, people thought it was real and actually called the cops.
Yeah, people call the cops on that junk, man. Oh my god.
Oh, that was good times.
AJ backstage. Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
This is it for me, guys. I fell asleep here. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm kind of just listening to what these guys watched. I'm an old man, and I don't get sleep.
You just gotta poker face it, man. You gotta stop announcing it, and then just let us talk over, and then you just give your 2 cents on whatever you hear.
No, man. I don't want to keep a kayfabe on that one.
I host a wrestling show. I just stopped watching though.
I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning shit, I missed it.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way you can miss this podcast. No way at all. You can miss this podcast.
Oh my god.
The segue's there. Nobody's taking it. That's fine.
Oh my god. You're talking about No Way Jose, but damn it, man! I missed the opportunity.
I like No Way Jose.
Well, I was gonna say, well, I had it in here because I have all my bullet point notes, whatever, fine. And
Mr.
AJ Styles was backstage for 15 seconds. He was questioned by the lovely Miss Charlie Caruso. On why
I take that back. I wasn't sleeping because this is where the logo
you were
thing
wake
happened.
up through the Street Profits because you were messaging me during the Street Profits promo.
Okay, this is where my notes end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially,
I assumed it was because I was sleeping.
Charlie Caruso asks, "Why did you beat down Ricochet?" AJ refuses to answer. The club refuses to answer. That's it. And then what Benji was trying to get us to segue to was the No Way Jose revenge match against Cesaro, who beat him down last week on Raw. Would No Way Jose get his revenge? No.
Hell yeah.
No, he would not. It's a terrible squash match. I like that they're making Cesaro a threat again.
Cesaro's looking like a beast.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with him. They might be doing something special with him on SmackDown. Who knows?
Everybody wants to talk about what wrestlers deserve this and deserve that.
Cesaro's
How about No Way Jose? My man, No Way Jose, has the most heart out of anybody in any wrestling promotion in the history of ever. I just want to say that.
I will say, though, when you ask a general populace of wrestlers that deserve a bigger push, Cesaro's typically on top of that list. One of the top 5. Yeah, Cesaro is. And Vince gave an interview on the Stone Cold podcast about Cesaro too. He was asked a question, and he said Cesaro's just missing an element in Vince's eyes. I forget exactly what it was. I don't know, Benji. Do you recall that by any chance?
He said he can't really speak on the mic. He's kind of bland, and he's missing an it factor to connect with people. Apparently,
yeah, right.
In the middle of the Cesaro section, hype and everything. As hype as everybody was for him, this guy comes out and says that.
Yeah, Rob,
You're such an encyclopedia.
I know, man. That's why I asked Benji. I'm like, hey, Benji, you remember this, right?
But it's a shocker. For the first time, I'm going to agree with Rob and that
No Way Jose
is, man, that guy's got heart.
And there's
really
a lot more to him than what's being displayed on Raw. There's a lot more to that guy.
Right. I mean, he'll never get a push. He's not that material. But as a character, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's but I'm that type of guy. I'm the funny, funky type of guy. I'll be in that conga line all day. Let's roll.
Yeah, I do. You would blend right in there, man. You really would.
Let me get the Cat in the Hat, and a freaking Hawaiian skirt. Let's roll. I will play it. Let's play.
Guy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, No Way Jose ends up losing to Cesaro via sharpshooter. That was pretty much it. They're really building Cesaro up. Apparently on WWE's main event show, he's part of a new faction, although I haven't heard of it this week. But I know last week
The
they were
Muscle
talking
Man
about
or whatever it was.
yeah,
the
him and
guys.
Robert Roode and
EC3.
EC3. We'll see. I mean, we'll see more. I'm kind of interested, but I mean, Cesaro obviously is the standout there. Cesaro's going to be a standout everywhere. The only person I think that really leveled the playing field was Sheamus. Like, Cesaro added so much to Sheamus's character, but it put him on even playing fields in my eyes.
No, that's valid.
Valid. Like, Cesaro did a lot for Sheamus, but it made Sheamus credible, and it brought them both up, man. I hope for good things, man. I hope for good things. You know, Cesaro's awesome. We'll see what happens with him. But yeah, Street Profits backstage. Rob, you were hitting me up. You were liking this.
I absolutely love the Street Profits,
Dude,
man. I love
so
everything
good.
they're about.
So good.
Like, I don't get to watch much NXT,
Right.
but I did watch the recent Takeover, and knowing absolutely nothing about any of the guys, I wanted the Street Profits to win that ladder match so bad, and I marked out when they did. Their presence is amazing. Like, I see why everybody likes the Undisputed Era. They like the factions, whatever. But the Street Profits are just amazing. Like, I would raise my red cup so high if I were at an NXT event and they came out.
Dude, I could
just
listen to
wanna
their
say that.
profits.
Like,
Their profits. Their
Their
promos all day, man. Oh my god. I don't know their names, Benji. What you know their names, right?
Yeah, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Who was the more talkative one?
Montez Ford.
Montez Ford. Yeah. And I love how and you said Dawkins, what was his first name?
Dawkins.
Angelo? They have good chemistry is all I was trying to get at. They really
valid.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
I thought there was like something really
well, that went dead for a second. No. Oh yeah, Montez Ford is awesome, and then Angelo Hawkins. You said Angelo, right? Before I screw this up.
Yeah, go ahead. Go with that.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
I want to
man.
see these guys promo with the Usos. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, I would pay to see just that.
Them
Like,
and
no
New Day,
matches,
them again,
no nothing.
them and Big E and Xavier Woods. Like, oh my god, like,
Why you gotta pair up everybody like that, huh?
what are you talking about? Are you doing a race thing?
I mean, it's there, but I mean, it's there. It's not my fault that it's there.
They all just happen to be really good on the mic.
Really?
I
good?
mean-
right.
Yeah.
They honestly they didn't hype nothing outside of Extreme Rules, but Montez Ford, both of them, man, it's hilarious. There's no way to do it justice.
I think they hyped up the pay-per-view a lot better than the actual show did.
Then
Valid.
absolutely.
I do want to say my man needs to sell drinking out of the cup a little better. You could tell that cup was empty. The way he was drinking it, I'm like, come on, man. I pay attention to detail. Your cup's empty.
Just put some
and you're
apple juice
drinking
in
out of
it. You know what I mean? Just put some
Right,
apple juice in it.
exactly. Throw some water in it, man. Do something.
Have one day
That's
just
just
one
me,
of them rib the other, like throw some liquor in it without him knowing.
This guy.
That surprise face on camera would be priceless.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I just dropped my pop screen. Uh-oh.
Oh my God, Rob.
Oh, no.
Anyways,
Chaos sauce.
What was up next?
Rob's dealing with his technical issues. Benji, what about the issues between Mike and Maria Kanellis that are going on?
Oh yes, the impregnation of Maria Kanellis, or the lack of impregnation.
Did you hear
They
that,
said
that's real? Like, apparently that's real.
Well, she found out she was pregnant after she had signed the contract.
Right.
So unknowns to them, but it's coincidence. But I just want to point out that they said impregnation at least like 10 times during this whole little promo. I don't know what kind of human talks like that, but apparently People talk like that. I'll impregnate you right now, he says.
White people, bro. That's what it is.
I don't want to say it.
People that don't belong in promos with the Street Profits and the Usos. Just saying.
Hey, you know that stuff is written. That stuff is written for them. Don't.
So it's all jokes.
Listening to this promo, waiting for an impregnation, or at least somebody impregnate somebody. But there was 0 out of 10 impregnations this promo, so I'm gonna have to give it a 1 star.
I agree because I was totally awake watching. I wasn't sleeping. I seen it. I agree. 1 out of 10.
God.
Like, there's like, okay, we could be shock value or whatever, but this shit was just cringy, man. Like, this was like just bad.
Dude, you know what? I don't know why, but I came around to it. I really did.
Yeah.
Like last week, I know I'll catch some flack for it, but last week I was all against it. It threw me so off guard. But something about seeing the over-the-top pregnancy hormone act that Maria was playing up and telling Mike to get her ice cream and pickles. And then Mike's like, fat-free. And she's like, you just called me fat. You said I'm fat, It just took me, like, it sounds so stupid, but it took me back to my wife when she had, like, our kids and just some of the nonsense that comes out, that came out during those times. Not that it was seriously relatable, but I don't know, man. I found humor in it, man. I did. I came around to it. I didn't like freak out and think it was like the most hilarious thing, but I didn't hate it. Like I was like, okay, well, I'll give it another chance. It wasn't like Uzi hot for me.
See, the Uzi hot was actually funny.
I do, Robert.
Really?
Oh, Rob was all about the Uzi hot, Benji. I don't know if you knew this, but Rob was all about the
Benji
Uzi
wasn't
hot.
around. I was all about the Uzi hot. Everybody was like, what the hell is this? And I was commenting a funny segment. That's what this was.
Rob flew his flag, man, on that one, dude.
I really did.
Oh my gosh. So what do you guys think of these of satellite style interviews that take place in the same building? We seem to get these a lot in WWE, and they really confuse me.
It feels like they're just sitting right next to each other.
It doesn't it?
Same room.
Just like 2 different backdrops, We get a satellite style interview with Michael Cole interviewing Bayley and Nikki Cross. It's announced that they are involved in a Beat the Clock challenge. This is where I'm gonna give my 2 cents here during that match. But it's announced that they're in the Beat the Clock challenge. The winner will be able to pick the stipulations for Bayley's and Alexa Bliss's match at Extreme Rules for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Even though the matches are taking place on Raw. Oh, Bayley's a wild card. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, we found the wild card. They just up screaming wild card,
Hoping that we would forget.
Yeah, right. Which I did. I did, man. Without them telling me that Bayley was on SmackDown, I totally forgot. Even though she's the SmackDown Women's Champion. Anyways, yeah, we'll get more into the Beat the Clock challenge, because I think it's literally the worst gimmick match ever made by WWE, and yes, that I'm putting it up there with Kennel of Hell. So
we had Ricochet, Luke Gallows, right? I think it was, or
no, we had 2 short segments. We had Truth and Carmella backstage looking through crates under tables and in drawers for Drake Maverick and Truth's baby. I like how he's referring his Bella as baby and making it sentient, saying that Maverick better not be letting it watch horror movies because his baby's got like anxiety issues. And I think he even started quoting a song, I assume, is I Want My Baby Back. I don't know. Maverick is chased by the locker room past Truth. So Truth picks up Carmella to run after them, but they run in the opposite direction for some reason. It's just funny. And then we get another squash match. Raw was just full of squash matches, honestly, looking back now. Viking Raiders took on Colin Justin and Kevin Justin, a bunch of first names. I guess some New Jersey local talent. Ivar delivers a splash from the top rope. That was pretty nasty. And then they both deliver the Viking Experience. They get the win. After the match, Maverick is chased through the ring. While he gets away, the Viking Experience, they beat up a couple guys. And then that's pretty much it. It was kind of a weak squash match, 24/7 championship blend. Like it was just filling airtime, if you ask me. But yeah. Up next is the Ricochet stuff that was going on, Benji.
Right. We had Ricochet versus Luke Gallows, and then what'd you think about this segment?
Predictable, like super predictable. It was. I think we should ask Rob. Rob, what'd you think of this match?
I couldn't tell you. No, I know I said it 3 or 4 times. I was sleeping. I was out. This one's legit. I was out.
Where was your daughter?
Now, see, oh man, she fell asleep way early. She's kind of sick. She didn't watch Raw or SmackDown.
I hope she's okay.
But you can't. You tell me. Just kind of pretend you were awake and chime in, and you're all like, "Rob, what'd you think of this match?"
It was we went too long without us cracking up, man. I'm sorry.
Well, if you want to tell me how I thought about this match, Lacey Evans came out and somehow won the title while the match was going on, and I smiled.
She cashed in Brock's Money in the Bank contract.
I mean, it worked for me. I was happy. Twitter blew up, but that's all right.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. No, Ricochet is facing Luke Gallows. And with AJ Styles and Carl Anderson on the outside. Match is short and sweet. Ricochet wins with a roll-up. After commercial, AJ sends in Carl Anderson, challenges him to back-to-back matches, essentially. This match was serviceable. I hate how underused Carl Anderson is because he has been referred to by several people as one of the best wrestlers in the world. And we never get to see it, man. All we ever get is his sexy-ass spine buster. That spine buster is up there with Double A. I'm telling you, man. I love it, man.
Wow.
I'm putting it up there, bro. I'm putting it up there. Ricochet wins with a 630. And then we get the club beat down. Of course we do. AJ Styles comes in, beats down Ricochet. All 3 take turns just beating him down. AJ does show mercy. Doesn't give another second rope Styles clash, although he teases it. He tells Ricochet, just stay down. We'll leave some of you left over for Extreme Rules. As the club exits, Ricochet, of course, is getting to his feet. All I could think of at this point was that Jeff Hardy Undertaker match, where Jeff Hardy kept getting beat down for getting to his feet. But the club come back in. Anderson and Gallows, they hold Ricochet up. AJ delivers the phenomenal forearm. The Ricochet, I don't know how any bit of him is going to be left for Extreme Rules. They beat him down bad. You think that's going to play into the match, or do you think it's just going to be just a match?
Well, what do you think, Rob?
I couldn't tell you because you cut out.
Damn, really?
Yes, you did. I didn't hear what you said. So go ahead and ask that question again. I will gladly give you an answer.
The club beat down Ricochet really bad after the match.
Yes, I heard that part, but I just didn't hear the question.
Do you think it'll play into their match at Extreme Rules now? Will Ricochet go into that match injured, or is it just going to be swept under the rug?
I mean, that could go both ways. I honestly didn't think that when it was happening, so I think it's going to be swept under the rug. Yeah. I could very well be wrong, but I mean, I think they just showed this was more of a, hey, we're the club and we're back and you should be happy about that, than this
Which
is leading into a pay-per-view, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's gonna play it. I think it's just a more of a we're back thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's all it is. It's just promotional material for the faction. Benji, I gotta think, man. You're happy. You should be happy. Evolve getting some shine on.
Why should I be happy? Why are you assuming things of me? I don't know. What's your problem?
Shut the fuck. How would you do that?
I wasn't gonna say it.
Come on, man. You know.
No, super weird to see an indie promotion like evolve on the being promoted by WWE. That was so surreal.
It was surreal, wasn't it? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I didn't know. I had to do a double take when I did. I'm like, what am I? What? But no, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I believe that's the same night as the AEW next show, right?
Fight for the Fallen. Yeah, they're undercutting a charity event. Oh my god! It's like WWE. You try to do something good, and you still end up trying to do something evil. Like, I swear to God, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little.
It's a stretch, but it's there. Okay, I put it out there. All right. Like, there's all of like 2 people that might agree with me, but Rob, what we're talking about is WWE promoted this indie promotion, Evolve. It's a British wrestling promotion, I believe. They are hosting a 10th anniversary show. This will be the first indie promotion to be aired on the WWE network, and they
just to give you like a heads up. Back in April, you had Velveteen Dream versus Orange Cassidy.
That's crazy. Thinking about that.
Look up that match when you get a chance.
I will.
No, I
love
will. Absolutely. Like, I didn't even know that. Like, I know that they've sent Johnny Gargano over there and a couple other people, but I didn't know Orange Cassidy mixed it up with some WWE talent. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you've even had like the Street Profits win like the tag titles and stuff.
Really? No, you're lying to me now.
No, straight up. Like,
while they were in NXT, us so much, I don't trust you anymore.
While they were in NXT, they were at the same time holding the tag title. They never promoted it at NXT, but yeah.
Wow, I had no clue, man. Like, I've known that WWE has a couple promotions under its umbrella but I never paid attention to like who was in them or what promotions they really are. I've lost.
I believe it involves an American company here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was British. I don't know. I mean, it just shows like there. I don't really follow too many indie promotions.
But yeah, so it was weird to see them on WWE TV. That was that segment.
It was surreal, man.
Yeah. Now we got to come back down to reality, and we get into the next segment.
Thank you. Right. Drake meets up with his wife, celebrating surviving the night. While he's celebrating with his wife, Truth emerges out from under a crate, along with a ref in the same crate. Yells at Drake he wants his baby back. Carmella being one crate over, she emerges as well. She informs Truth to get him, and Maverick runs off with his wife. Truth takes off after him with the referee on his back, and it was just... Oh, that was... I wanted that to be my thumbnail. I wanted that to be our thumbnail so bad, but I had to pass on it. But it was funny, man. It was funny seeing Truth give a piggyback ride. By the way, I would be terrified that he's going to fall. Have you ever tried to run with somebody on your back, like in a piggyback? Dude, that is hard. Like, that is difficult. I'm surprised Truth has not busted ass yet doing that as often as he does it, man. Oh, man. You'd have to pay me to do something like that. You'd have to pay me something like $5,000 to run with somebody on my back. No one's going to pick up on this segue. Fuck you guys. Shane convinces a janitor to be the tag team partner for Roman Reigns for $5,000.
Sorry, man.
You guys suck, man.
It's not that hard.
Fuck you guys.
You the only one busting your ass. We're still running, man.
So stupid.
Sorry, Kyle.
Oh my god. I try to say this is why I don't try to do the segues, man. Because I fucking fail every time.
Alright, but we had Shane McMahon running around finding more people, I guess, at this point.
Gary the Goat. He found Gary the Goat, the janitor, man. Asks him to be Roman Reigns.
Shout out to Gary.
Yeah, man. Asked him to be Roman Reigns' tag partner for $5,000. Gary proclaims, "I'll do anything for $5,000." That sounded a little weird when he said that, but
I'll do anything for less. I don't blame him.
Drew McIntyre then informs him to wear a mask during his match. So I guess he won't be seen with them. I don't know, man. It sets up for the narrative later, but yeah, it tells Gary to wear a mask for the match. And then here we go. We get the Beat the Clock challenge. This shit pisses me off. Like, Beat the Clock challenge is the worst gimmick in all of wrestling, dude. All of wrestling, man. It is the worst. Because all you're saying is the two other contestants out here are guaranteed to lose. And do they use local enhancement talent, which are guaranteed jobbers? Like, no. They use active roster members. And this is what gets me. Like, dude, I cannot be the only one that, like, feels this way, man.
Listen. You have Sarah Logan and Dana Brooke have been killing it every week on Main Event, killing themselves, putting on amazing matches. They finally get to the main roster. This is Sarah Logan's first match since being broken up from the Riot Squad. Everyone should be excited. The crowd, Rob, you love chants. The crowd was chanting CM Punk at her for whatever reason. It's not cool.
Oh, that's Bogue.
Rob, you're evil.
Not cool either.
Oh, that's mean, man. Oh.
Shout out to heels and to the heel pops and chair shots, but New Jersey, you guys are trash for that. You guys are so trash for that,
dude.
And Dana Brooke, another hard-working person, dude. She's been killing it. Adding
I was
so
cheering
much
for
more
Dana to
her
win the
moveset.
Money in the Bank match, man.
Yeah, this was not a good look for. This was not. This sucks,
dude.
Man.
Do away with the Beat the Clock challenge, because all you're doing is burying your existing talent, like, in the worst way possible. Like, yeah, granted, we know, like, when we see some people out there, the chances of them picking up a win are very slim. But to blatantly make a match where it's, you know, not even like who's gonna win, but how fast can they beat this person? You know, like. It's super insulting, man.
What's up with Nikki Cross doing all the work and then Alexa Bliss shows out and only comes back for the paper? Like, they're just trying. Is like an injury we don't know about? What's going on with that?
I don't know. I think it's part of the narrative. To be fair, I do think that's just part of the narrative. But it's weird that Alexa Bliss was not on TV.
Wait! You cut out. Are you saying that Alexa Bliss wasn't around this week?
No, she was not on TV.
She's sick. Like, she's legit, like, she's got the flu and shit. She's at home.
Oh.
At least I read that. Like, I mean, like, it could be bullshit, but yeah, she got, like, super sick.
Breaking news,
like,
you heard it here first.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how valid it is, but it makes sense. You got your big pay-per-view. You're trying to sell your pay-per-view. You want it 100% for the pay-per-view.
Well, also, it fits the narrative, too, about Nikki doing all the legwork, so...
Exactly. So, I mean, I think she's just sick.
If there's ever a convenient time to be sick and miss work, I guess.
Or that could be just bullshit, and it just fits the narrative that well. Like, Nikki Cross is doing all the work, but Alexa gets the glory.
No one knows.
Well, I want to say, though, that Nikki Cross is normally really good on the mic, but the script they gave her this time, dude, like, she struggled with that.
I don't know. I found her charming, but I may have been in and out a little bit. But, like, ever since she did the Moment of Bliss segment, like, I don't know why, but I found her endearing on the mic. Granted,
yeah, but here she went in like full heel, and
that did strike me as odd, like, because she's supposed to be
a chaotic force, like neither good nor bad.
At the end of the day, she's supposed to be face and is being taken advantage of. So she's sympathetic for when Alexa Bliss, excuse me,
Alexa
Bliss turns on her. But yeah, no, her coming across as heel, like, why are you gonna care if Alexa turns on her if you're making her heel? Like, it's kind of screwing up that sympathetic role. Anyways, did y'all notice that Sarah Logan? So the first match was Bayley and Sarah Logan in this Beat the Clock challenge. Y'all notice that Sarah came out in the Riot Squad entrance, even though the Riot Squad aren't even a thing anymore?
They haven't even given her new music.
No.
She's been coming out at the main event. She's still been coming out with that.
Really?
She added her new gear, like more like Viking Raider gear and stuff.
Yeah.
That's still with the same music.
But they can't be bothered to give her a damn entrance, like, video package or her own music. She's coming out to a defunct faction that doesn't even exist anymore. Like,
but it exists in our hearts, man.
Exists in our hearts.
Riot Squad was awesome. They really
were?
Could have been.
They could have been awesome. But they were just glorified.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and stand for that slander, sir.
Excuse me, sir. They were awesome. What is this could have been trash you're talking about?
Right?
Oh, God.
What the fuck is your problem?
They could have been awesome had they
guy,
got some wins.
Right? The fuck is this
You
guy
need
talking about?
wins to be awesome, okay?
Hey, when something's scripted, it ain't your fault. Just saying.
Oh my God. Anyways, Bayley wins with the Sunset Bomb. I've been really high on the Sunset Bomb, and so it's cool to see her pick up a victory with it.
What is the Sunset Bomb? Is that her stupid belly-to-belly thing?
No, Jesus Christ, Rob.
Okay, good, because I hate that move. I hate that move. Wow, why is it a finisher? Come on. That's the move you start a match with.
Yeah, hey, look, you're not alone in that. I've seen a lot of hate for that on the internet too, man. I'm not gonna lie. Me, it just depends on who she's doing it to.
I mean,
Well, you get when she does it to Lacey Evans, Lacey sandbags her. And it just
Jesus,
looks
I
terrible.
know. God knows.
that's Lacey's way of saying this is a terrible move. Change it.
Sure,
Rob.
that's what it is.
Never change, Rob. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so then we get to the next match.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross.
Yeah, Nikki
Dana
Cross
Brooke.
taking on Dana Brooke, yeah. Who tried to kill time on the outside. Nikki wins in about 2 minutes with a swinging neck breaker, clearly beating Bayley's time of 4 minutes 32 seconds. She then calls Bayley into the ring, announces that at Extreme Rules it will be a handicap match with Nikki Cross teaming up with Alexa Bliss to take on Bayley for that Women's SmackDown Championship. Afterwards, Nikki tells Bayley she needs to find a friend to slap some sense into her. I guess for Bayley trying to warn Nikki about Bliss's backstabbing ways. So Bayley, she copes by striking Nikki Cross, hits the Bayley to belly, Rob's favorite move, then an elbow drop after the match. However, I will say this. Did y'all notice that no one specified if Nikki pins Bayley that Alexa would gain the title? So, early prediction, Nikki Cross will be the one to pin Bayley, and Nikki will be the women's championship.
Well, I think they're going to be co-champions.
Co-champions, yeah.
Cut the belt in half. I'm about it.
Yeah. Just cut it in half. That's extreme.
Extreme Rules, man.
No,
You get what I'm saying?
do what Mizdow did and get like some cheap replica belt. Just. Oh.
Now,
my
I do want to say that, like I stated so many times already, I didn't see any of this happen. But my honest prediction was when you had Moment of Bliss, Bayley was basically out there saying, look, Alexa's using you, and you're not getting the shot that you deserve. You did the work, blah, 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 blah. What I expected out of this was Bayley winning the greatest gimmick ever, the Beat the Clock challenge, and saying, I'm adding you to the match. It's a triple threat match.
That would have been intriguing.
Like, but now you
like
got
that.
this. Now everything's confusing. Like, now who's gonna win the belt? Are they gonna cut it in half? But I seen Bayley saying, "F you, Alexa, I'm adding Nikki to this match now." That was my prediction, and I would have literally put money down on that. But I mean,
It wouldn't have made much sense, because she would have been stacking the odds against herself. But with that aside, when does WWE ever make sense, anyways?
Right?
So.
Exactly. It would have played off of her saying, "You're doing the work, but she's getting
You deserve it. I'm gonna gift you part of this title match." Yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool,
right
man.
there.
That's pretty cool. I like that. And then Nikki gets to retain her face image and not have to cut this garbage heel promo that Benji was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's actually Rob. That's really good. I'm very endeared by that. I don't know. Do we still have Benji?
Yeah. I was just listening to you get a hard on with Rob. But
Man,
so
Benji,
then we get to
I
the.
swear to God, dude. I swear. You push me and push me. Oh my God. Just kind of like Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre pushed Gary Garbunt into this match.
Gary the Go.
Gary the Go?
Why?
This was a
I just
trash
wanna
match.
say.
Dude, this match was
is-
like 2 minutes long. Like, seriously, I was expecting more. I mean, I called it the whole time. So, this guy who comes out, we're expecting to be Gary, but Gary looks like he has grown 6 inches shorter since the interview backstage and his entrance. The match starts out with Roman and Drew McIntyre. I guess Roman accidentally tags in Gary. I missed it.
I actually seen it on the highlights. Roman bumped into the ropes, and they kind of
they counted it as a tag.
Yes.
So Drew pulls Gary into the match, even though him and Shane assured him backstage he would not have to wrestle. Just stand there. Drew pulls him into the match. Gary starts bouncing all over the place. He pulls him into the match. Shane wants to tag in, so Gary starts hitting Shane, hits some flying clotheslines off the top rope, dives out of the ring onto Drew, comes back in just as all this momentum is built up and the crowd's getting hot, eats one of the nastiest Claymore kicks I've ever seen. Does a full-on backflip, dude. Nasty backflip from it. Shane and Drew win just like that, man. Like 2 to 3 minutes. Like, what was... Now, you guys, I'm more upset about the match than the reveal. It turns out that I guess a lot of people are upset about the reveal.
I'm upset about the reveal, and I say it a lot. I don't get upset by much. WWE makes me happy. But why? What is this guy doing in the ring, the Raw before a pay-per-view, that you have Roman Reigns tagging with The Undertaker, which already doesn't make sense? Then you're going to have him tag with Cedric Alexander. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Cedric Alexander. Good
what
job,
sense
Rob.
does it make? Where does he come in? Wait, you want to do this? Do it next Monday. When you're restarting storylines, when you're after your pay-per-view. Give him some spotlight. That's cool. I'm all about everybody getting spotlight. Get everybody in on all your shows. That's cool. But why? Where does this come from? It does, like, I'm all about surprises, but this one was like, why? What's this guy got to do with anything going on right now? This is your go-home show, and your main event involves something new that nobody would have won $1 million betting to guess. Why?
I don't know. So I was half expecting it to be Kofi.
That's a hot take.
Well, you know, I'm not going to get into why, but I'll let you go on, Benji. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
It might have been random as hell. Like, it didn't make sense. Okay, he appeared, he lost. What was the point? What was the game? I'm just happy my boy Cedric Alexander got on main event rub, and he's up there finally doing something at least.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's
I'm
valid.
all for that. I'm all for
But
that.
you threw it in the middle of a team that already isn't making sense on your go-home show because The Undertaker is going to be a thing.
You know what else happened, though? Do you know what else happened? The same stuff happened for Ali. And now he's a mainstay on SmackDown. Whether he's having matches or he's cutting promos, he's consistently getting airtime, you know? And so if it leads to Cedric getting more shine, I'm all for it. But
if anything, yeah, he shined that 1 minute of offense he had or whatever. And as you alluded to, at least started off the same way, little segments here and there, and as more people got behind him, he kept going up in the card. So I'm all for Cedric Alexander being up there.
Yeah, me too. If it leads to something, Rob, I will reserve my judgment for a week or two. If this is the only time we see Cedric, then yeah, you're right. It was garbage. It was stupid. But if he starts popping up at random points in the show that don't make sense, then all of a sudden it will all make sense. You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Sure.
I'm reaching, man. Come on now. Someone give me an olive branch
right
here. I'm reaching.
Yeah. If it doesn't make sense, and if it comes out a lot, it'll make sense. So by not making sense, it makes sense. I get you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the main event, I wouldn't. I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
But it's the main event of your Raw go home show.
All right.
That's what gets me.
Maybe they want him. Maybe they want to put a spotlight on him, and you stick him in there next to Roman Reigns. You give him one of those like unmasked reveals. In their mind, it was probably playing out more dramatic than it really was. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't hate it yet. That
was the same lucha mask that Alexander was wearing. That mask was the same one Becky Lynch wore when she had that mask on. Do they only have like one mask to hide these wrestlers in?
Is that the same one that Mickey James wore too?
It's the same fucking. I swear to you, somebody look it up. It's the same.
It's the same mask. It might be, man. You might still have some mascara in there from Becky Lynch and Mickey James, bro. All right, but
that was Raw.
That was Raw.
Trash to me. I could have skipped it.
So okay, so
valid.
Yeah, man. That was Raw. Hey, look before
trash.
Bye. Just like no, man. Where does Raw go from here, man? Let's.
This is a trash build up to a pay per view. Granted, you have a new change of management and a new thing. He's starting midway, like a week before the pay per view. Not a lot you can do at that point. So I'm just gonna give it that benefit of the doubt. Just let it pass through this pay per view, and then hopefully, as he settles in more into his position, talking about Paul Heyman being in charge of this stuff, we'll see more change or whatever. But yeah, this was coming. This was like you have like a restaurant or whatever, any business, and you have a new management. You know, you still got to get the old shit out the way, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And I'll give it this. So Raw has had a lot of god awful segments that like change the channel, like segments. This Raw, although nothing eventful, I'll give you guys this, like, because there was really nothing eventful that took place. Nothing to really get you to tune in, but there was nothing that turned me off either. You know, it just seemed like
you were turned on the whole time.
It just seemed like a glorified house show. Is all it was to me, and also carried on the too much Shane, which I'm gonna get into that on our next episode of SmackDown.
Yes, we need to rant about that shit.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk more about that on SmackDown because it'll make more sense. But yeah, so I don't think Raw was garbage, but when you put it on the pedestal of the go home show, it was, because there was nothing really to tune you in outside of the Street Profits. You know, the Street Profits sold Extreme Rules better than Paul Heyman. How often can you say that someone sold a pay-per-view better than Paul Heyman sold it? You know what I mean? You can't say that too often.
That's true.
Yeah, man. But I don't know, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Rob, I know you were riveted. Your eyes were glued to the screen from the beginning of the show to the end of the show, Rob. You were exhilarated.
You didn't miss a second.
Full of energy, Rob.
There wasn't even a piss match. I was there the entire
You were
time.
in it, Rob. Oh, my God.
I yawned a little bit, and I smacked myself in the face. Hey, what are you doing?
Thank you, guys. By the way, so here we go at the end of the segment. Thank you for sticking through if you have. Let's go ahead and talk about that giveaway. I really should have planned this out better.
What you got?
So,
just saying.
I got some wrestling top cards over here. You have a chance to win an autographed 40th anniversary Intercontinental Championship card. So that's pretty cool. All you have to do is
what do they gotta do?
Hop on the Twitterverse.
Yes, Kyle. What do they have to do?
Get on Twitter and just say, "Go watch at SmackDrawPod." That's it. Just tweet. Watch.
So easy.
At SmackDrawPod. That's it, man. If you want to share.
All right, Kyle. You gotta add a hashtag, man. You really should include me on this giveaway. Just saying.
Hashtag? You
gotta add a hashtag. You gotta have a way. You gotta have a way to find the tweets to win, man. Just saying.
Well, I'll find the tweet, because if they
hashtag Smack Raw giveaway.
Okay.
Hashtag Smack It Raw.
My God. So at the very least, hop on Twitter and just tweet out.
Just type it in.
Watch at SmackDrawPod. That is it. And then at the end of the week, we'll pick a winner at random. We might do it on air, might not.
Be a winner.
And we'll reach out to you, man, and you can win yourself some.
You want to be tired of being a loser? Be a winner.
Be a winner,
Type
man.
it in.
You have, honestly,
Change
with
your
you
life.
and all the other listeners of the show, you've got like a 25% chance of winning.
Look at the odds, man.
Think of the odds.
Do it.
Just tweet at watch at SmackDrawPod. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Make sure to tune in later today or tomorrow for our SmackDown review. And then, of course, on Thursday for mine and Benji's review of 205 Live NXT. You guys have a wonderful evening. And thank you.
Jeez. I gotta take a shit.
Oh, my God.
Peace out.